Hi everyone, it's Donna with Embroidery.com. How is everyone's week going? How's your Tuesday night going? I hope you've had an amazing week. We're going to do our Witchy Stitchy live and go over all things Witchy Stitchy, where you can ask me whatever questions you have about it. All that fun stuff. Let me make sure we're going in all the places we need to be going. Hey, Brittany, welcome. Let's see. Oh, I was going to check something too. I can check it here. I was going to check our very first Witchy Stitchy and see how many people we had in it. To compare it to how many people we've got signed up this year. So that would have been Witchy Stitchy 2019. Where is it? Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, that's it right there. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Wow. So 2019's Witchy Stitchy, we had 164 people. 2020, we had 360 something. And so far, we've got for 2021, we've got 325. Hello, Emmy. Hello, Marilyn. Welcome, everyone. Okay, so let's talk Witchy Stitchy. So, so it's a motivational challenge. So if you, hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Brenda. If you or any stitcher you know, why do I all of a sudden have a frog in my throat? I know. Hi, Diane. Hi, Karen. Okay, that's better. So if you or someone you know, a stitcher you know, has an issue with motivation, which we all do from time to time, it's a thing. I don't know why it's a thing, but it's a thing. It's weird because we all love to stitch. That's why we stitch, because we love it. But sometimes you signed up for Witchy Stitchy. Yay! Yeah. Hi, Nancy. So I don't know why, but sometimes you just lose your motivation to stitch. Sometimes it's not even that you lose your motivation. You have your motivation. You want to stitch. You desire to stitch. You just can't find the time to stitch for some reason. You just, life interferes. Life gets chaotic. The kids take precedence. Yada, yada, yada. There are 1,000. My coughs cause hiccups. There's, 1,000 things that get in the way, and you don't take that time to stitch. So this is an excuse, a fabulous excuse, to take the time to stitch. So if you know somebody that is struggling with it, suggest the Witchy Stitchy. I know so many people have commented and said that, all of a sudden, because it's a challenge, their husband's like, have you stitched your 30 minutes today? Or their grandchildren, have you stitched your 30 minutes today? So you get like that encouragement from family members. I don't know. I think husbands can tell. My husband can tell when I have and I haven't stitched because I get ornery. Hello, I'm going to have to watch the replay. It keeps cutting out. Oh, because you're running low on data. Okay, yes. Please watch the replay. I would love for you to do that. Hi, Connie. Tiffany does need to do this with you. I completely agree because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It takes the solitary hobby of stitching and makes it a community event. And you're not alone anymore. You know, it's not just you in a room stitching. It's you and our community, which we have an amazing community. Absolutely amazing community. So I mean, my husband can tell when I haven't stitched. I guess I get ornery, you know, and stitching is important. It's important to the mental health. You guys would not believe, the amount of people that have started stitching because of COVID. You know, they're home, you know, last year, oh, we saw a huge increase in the amount of people that were stitching, which was incredible because it's an amazing hobby, and it gives you that meditation time to just calm down from the world and just concentrate on your stitches and nothing else. You know, you don't have to think about the laundry and the blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I love it. Okay, so what do you have to do to enter? So all you have to do is log into your Embroidery.com account, and then click on to, okay, so on the main page, you'll see the Witchy Stitchy here. You can click on this. Yes, October 1st is when it starts. Oh, you're going to start a new project too? Oh, that would be fun. Hello, Loretta. So you can click on the Witchy Stitchy here, or you can go to Community Education, Hand Embroidery Blogs, and then Donette's Needlework blog. Obviously, it's right there, but it's also in Challenges and Stitch-alongs, and you can click into it there. Make sure you're logged into your account. It'll say hello in your name if you're logged in, and then you'll just come down here. Okay, pretend you don't see that. You'll come down here and you'll just click participate, and it'll change to participating, and that's how you know you're logged in, you're clocked in, you're signed up. That's the word I'm looking for. That's how you know you're participating in the challenge, is just by clicking that button. That's it. That's all you got to do, and you're participating now. So it starts October 1st. It goes through October 31st. And what you have to do for the challenge is you have to stitch at least 30 minutes every day. You can break this up however you need to, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 30 minutes. You can stitch more than 30 minutes, but you have to stitch at least 30 minutes. To stay accountable, you have to post to our Embroidery.com cross stitch and hand embroidery group on Facebook. Let me get over there. And when you post, you're going to post and make it look like this. You're going to post the day. So October 1st, you'll say day 1. You'll say Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. So you'll put the name of the design and the name of the designer in there. And then you'll do hashtag Witchy Stitchy 2021. You really need to get back to your August Peridot. I hope you do your August Peridot, because I want to see you finish her, because you are pretty dang close. At least I think you are, from the last time I can recall seeing a work in progress of her. I think you were pretty close. So this is what it'll look like. And by the next day, your yesterday's after will be today's before, and you'll just keep repeating it. And you'll post them every single day. We know life interferes, so you can miss 4 days. So you can stitch 27 out of the 31 days and still get the trophy. 2019's trophy was this adorable little Witchy Stitchy needle minder. You can't really see it because the camera's focused on me. But it's cute little witch hat. It says Witchy Stitchy, and then on the brim it says 2021. And then last year's was this little ghost who we named Boo Boo Stitch, and he's holding a little needle and he's holding a sign that says Witchy Stitchy 2020, and then the hat from the year before is the hat on his head. I won't debut this year's needle minder until maybe, I don't know, the 3rd week of October maybe is when I'll show it off. It might be later. It could be towards the end of it. maybe. I love surprises. So I love surprising you guys with it. So, and I love torturing you with it too. So that's definitely a thing. I completely love torturing. So I may do that. I love surprises. Okay, so you'll post your pics. I am committing this year. Yes! I have been neglecting my stitching for far too long. We have to stitch. Yes, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. That makes me so happy. I am a tease. I am a complete tease. And I love it because I love like psyching you guys out for stuff. And it's always worth it. So it's okay. Because it's super, super fun. It makes me happy. So I'm okay with it. Now, you can stitch on anything you want. You can stitch on 20-year-old projects. You can stitch on new projects. Who said they were stitching on a new project? Loretta? Let me go back up and see who said they were stitching on a new project. Yes. Oh, no, Linda. Linda said she's starting a new project. You can start new projects. You can use old projects. You can do a different project every single day if you want. What the project, is totally up to you. However, it has to be in the needlework bubble. That means cross stitch, basic embroidery, hard anger, punch needle, perforated paper, gold work, 3D embroidery, what have I not named? Needlepoint, of course. I have decided that latch hook counts. Plastic canvas could count. Things that wouldn't count would be like knitting, crocheting, tatting, bobbin lace, things like that. That wouldn't count as long as it has fabric or canvas, floss or yarn, and a needle. Then it counts. I should show you October 20th. Are we going to have, when do my lives fall? In October. I do have a live for the 21st. So I could theoretically show you on the 21st. However, I could show you on the 28th to motivate you to do your all day sentence, or not your all day sentence, your mandatory stitch day on Halloween. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. Okay, so you've got your accountability photos. You've got what kind of needlework you're going to do. And then you can do however many projects you want. You can do one every day. You can do 2 in a day. Just make sure you post 4 pictures. You could do 15 minutes of one, 15 minutes of another. Just post your pictures. I do like it when somebody picks 1 or 2 to concentrate on. And just to see the amount of stitching that they can accomplish in that 31 days, in that 30 minutes a day for 31 days, which I don't even know how many hours that is. Somebody figure that out and tell us. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I've seen so many people finish stuff that they never thought possible that they would finish. 9 times out of 10, you sit down, you stitch for your 30 minutes. You're going to stitch longer than 30 minutes. It's to be expected, but encouraged. Completely and 100% encouraged. Half the time you don't even realize you've done it until you look up and you're like, dude, it's 9:30. I gotta go to bed. Not that I go to bed at 9:30. That was just a thing. So, I mean, and you get in that, you get there and you get your stitching done. Okay, because it's Witchy Stitchy. Last year, so the first year we did it to Witchy Stitchy, I only did it for 13 days. And you had to stitch an hour every day and you could not miss a day. And it was hard, obviously. Only 169 people signed up. So then last year, after, lots of encouragement from you all, we changed it to 30 minutes every day for the whole month. You set a timer on your phone and always go over. You can set a timer on your phone. You can do it to like, oh, I'm going to stitch as long as this episode of da da da, okay, I'm going to stitch for 2 episodes of Friends or something like that. 930 minutes if you stitched every day. That's amazing. That is so much time stitching. Wow. I didn't think it'd be that much. That's a lot. You can say I'm do 2 hours, 2 episodes of Friends, or 1 episode of an hour show, or whatever like that. I'm going to watch 1 movie or whatever, and you can time yourself that way. The thing that I have found the timers are special for are, oh, yes, I'm going live every Tuesday to talk about Witchy Stitchy this month. So I'll have another one next Tuesday, which is, I need to flip my calendar over, the 21st, and then one on the 28th. And then I, of course, will be doing my Thursday lives. So I'll be going live the 30th, which the next day will be October 1st. So we'll have a fun night now. The first year was fun. It was hard. It was hard because you had to stitch a whole hour and you could not miss. You could not miss. So last year, because I switched it to every day, and it's Halloween, I made some tricks, and I'm doing tricks again this year. Now, there are 5 tricks. Only one of them is mandatory. All of them are encouraged because they're fun. They're fun tricks. And you should just do them because I said so. No, you should do them because they're fun and they're challenging. And that's what this is all about. Oh, I know you do. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You can always watch the replay. You can always watch the replay. That's the best thing, is you can always watch the replay. Okay, so the 5 tricks are, I want you to write about what something non-stitching that needlework has taught you. Mine is perfectionism isn't the goal. Having each stitch be perfect, having it look exactly like the pattern is not the goal for me. If I make a mistake, okay, let's fix it and move on, or let's not fix it and move on. If I want to change the pattern up, if I want to, any of that, perfection isn't the goal. The goal is to have a piece that you love. And I love that my pieces are unique from anybody else's because I made a mistake, because they're my pieces. Or I love that my pieces are different because I put them on different fabric, or because I used hand-dyed fabric, or because I used hand-dyed silk, or because I changed the color completely and nobody else has done that color before. I have to set my timer for 9:30 to remind me to send you an email every day. That was the one thing I was going to say. Yes, thank you, Teresa. I love your emails, by the way. They make me happy when I check them, because she writes me a little story about her day, and it's so cute. It's adorable. Yeah, set a timer, an alarm on your phone, on your Alexa, on your Siri, whatever, to make sure you post every day. That is the harder thing than stitching. You can stitch every day and you are no problem, but then you forget to post. So set an alarm, set a timer, set something on your watch, on your phone, on your Alexa, whatever, to make sure you post every day, because that takes a minute to get used to. I like to try and get done in the morning if I can. I'm not a morning person. I know several that are, and they do their stitching in the morning too. I do mine in the evening or all day. It depends. Okay, so back to the tricks. So the one trick is to post something that needlework has taught you. The second is, I want you to take a piece from your finished stash, if you have a finished stash. A lot of stitchers don't. A lot of stitchers do. I myself have a lot of finished stash. And I want you to get it finished or completed. I want you to get it framed, or frame it yourself, or turn it into a bell pull, or make a pillow out of it, or, put it in a quilt, or make it a wall hanging, or however you want to finish it. I want you to finish it. So take a piece from your finished stash. If you don't have a finished stash, well, this is an optional one. So yes, I'm gonna finish Reggie. He should be easy to finish. Yeah, I'm gonna finish Reggie. I've actually got my lap stand all set up. I love getting stuff set up, so I've got him all set up. I've got my floss out. I have to find my pattern. I still haven't found my pattern, so I need to do that first. Okay, so that's the other thing. Your 30 minutes has to be stitching or frogging, going in or going out. It cannot be setting up your project, getting all your floss and putting your fabric on your scroll frame or however you get set up. It can't be that. You have to have that done beforehand. And I don't want you to spend 4 days gridding either. I want you to spend your time stitching. So if you do grid, I want you to grid and stitch, and then grid and stitch, and then grid and stitch. I don't want you to grid for a week and then start stitching, because I want you to see as much progress on your piece as you possibly can during those 31 days. So just grid, stitch, grid, stitch, grid, stitch, grid, stitch, as much as possible, because I want you to see actual progress. But frogging counts. Frogging is part of stitching. So whether you're putting the stitches in or pulling the stitches out, it still counts as your 30 minutes. So because it's a thing. It's a thing. But, you know, unless it changes the design like hugely, unless you've made a ginormous mistake, sometimes it's easier to just let the mistakes fly. Again, perfectionism isn't the goal, unless you're doing Hardanger. If you're doing Hardanger, then perfectionism is the goal. Okay. The next trick is, I want you to get your favorite project, and I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to post it, and then I want you to write a little story about why it's your favorite. Now, if you don't have a favorite, pick one. Pick one that you enjoyed stitching the most. Pick one that you enjoyed giving to somebody the most. Pick one that you enjoy seeing hanging in your house the most. Whatever it is. I have two favorites. They're together, so they work. And I know why they're my favorites. And maybe next week I will talk about them. Maybe on next week's Tuesday, I will talk about them to give you an idea of how they became my favorites, and, you know, the importance of those pieces to me. Last week we had somebody that said that they had a piece, but it wasn't a piece they stitched. It was a piece they were gifted. Absolutely. If your favorite piece is a piece you were gifted, as stitchers, we never receive needlework. I've only ever received one piece of needlework from somebody, and that was my best friend. So but yeah, we don't receive needlework. We give needlework a lot, but we don't receive it. And so yeah, I want you to write about why that piece is your favorite and what it means to you, and what you enjoyed, you know, if you enjoyed stitching on it, or whatever, you know, whatever the reason of your why is. That's what I want you to write about, is whatever your reason of your why is. Okay, so the next one is, I want you to try something that scares you. I want you to try specialty fibers. I want you to try a hand-dyed or glow-in-the-dark or whisper thread or metallic thread or Arctic rays, or what are my other ones? Suede or silk threads. Whatever specialty threads you've never tried, I want you to try them. You know exactly which one's your favorite. See, it's a thing. I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's a thing, because you like instantly know what's your favorite stitching. Oh, I know. You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, like, in a way, it's like, choosing for my children, but it's not, because you know there's that one that is your favorite. I know. Okay, so yeah, so I want you to try something that scares you. I saw somebody posted today that something that scares her is she's going to try linen. And she asked what a good linen to start with is. My suggestion is a 28 count even weave. Whether it be a Jobelan or a Lugana, either way, a 28 count even weave is a great way to go for your first linen. And again, I would recommend you start with something small, just do a little piece, and go from there. I'd love to dye. Oh, dyeing your fabric is so much fun. I did a tea stain, a coffee stain video a while back. You should go watch it because it was so much fun. I haven't done one where I do like written in a dye, but I plan on it. I once had my son with a school project, and we learned way back in the day when women were doing weaving, they always left one mistake in their work because to them it meant their job here on earth is not complete. So for me, it's okay to leave a mistake in my work. I love that. I heard years and years ago, there were two things I heard. One is funny. Well, they're both funny. One is funny because you have to leave a mistake in your needlework because the only person that's perfect is God, and you're not God. So you need to leave a mistake in your work, which is funny to me. The next one was Native Americans, when they would do their weaving, they would leave a mistake in and call it like an angel kiss or something like that. And it was meant to bring good luck or blessings or something like that. I mean, I can't think of the original story off the top of my head. So whether it's, because we're not perfect, or whether it's because it's your own, or I love that your work here is never meant to be complete. I kind of like that. That kind of makes me laugh. Now the thing is you could go around my house and you could look at every single piece and be like, oh my God, they're perfect. They're perfect. And I would go around my house and be like, well, I forgot that there. I added that there. I don't know if I like it. I missed that there. But I'm the only one that's going to know that. And when my pieces get handed down, they're going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Because that's what I do when I see pieces that were stitched, 100 years ago or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, it's perfect. I never would, be like, oh, they messed that up. That's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I'm totally lying. I'm not lying, but I'm kind of lying. Here's the story. The story was, when I first opened up the store, I needed finished pieces to decorate the store. Because when you see a piece in person, it has a very, very different effect on you than when you look at a picture of it or the pattern of it. There's a big, big difference that happens. This piece behind me here, if I had not seen it in person, this one, flower of the mouth of the flower, I don't recall the name, I would never have done it. Her lips are as big as my hand. They are 7 inches long, and I would never have done it had I not seen it in the store. So I knew my grandma. Now, my grandma was a seamstress. She was never a stitcher, and she preferred sewing machine quilting, that kind of stuff. She was never a stitcher, but I knew she had stitched a thing of the temple for my mother when she got married. And it was just hanging in my mom's room my whole life. I never really looked at it, but I just knew it was there. And she was an amazing seamstress. So I just kind of thought it'd be good. So I asked my mom, I was like, hey, where do you have that? And she's like, oh, in a box. And I was like, hey, well, can I have it to put in the store? And she's like, oh, sure. I get it. And I went, it was bad. It was bad. Stitches weren't going in the same directions. There were stitches where she didn't even go over 1. She went over 2. It became the piece that I showed people of what not to do. So I am lying when I say I wouldn't critique a piece that was 100 years old, because, I mean, that was back in the 70s, so I did critique it, but it was bad. It was really bad. Really bad. So I don't really feel bad about it. In my mind, I think I will leave a mistake, but then it makes me insane and I will fix it. I'm working on leaving small mistakes. Small mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. And they don't have to be obvious. somebody is doing a Halloween piece, and it says something like when witches go riding cats something. I don't know what the rest of it is yet. But she came down one row too far. It looks fine. She doesn't need to frog it. It looks completely fine, but she went down one row too far. It's not going to be obvious to anybody. It's never going to be obvious to anybody. Nobody's going to know. It's a little teeny tiny mistake. So it's good. Okay, so the last trick is the mandatory trick. You have to do this. And that is Halloween is on a Sunday, October 31st, and it is a mandatory stitch day. It is not an all-day stitch day. It is just a mandatory stitch day, meaning you have to just stitch your 30 minutes. Not all day. An all-day stitch day would be fun, but no, we're not doing that. Just a mandatory stitch day. So in order to get our cute little trophy, you need to stitch. Stitching all day would drive you crazy. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Just stitch your 30 minutes on Halloween. You can do it anytime throughout the day. I don't know what I'm going to do next year, when Halloween's on a Monday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do then, but we'll figure that out. Now we know we don't do this trophy for the needlewinder. We don't do the trophy. We don't do the challenge for the trophy. We don't do the challenge for the needlewinder. We do the challenge because, oh, the mistake would drive you crazy. Oh, that's funny. That's so cute. You know, it used to. It truly, truly used to. I was doing a lion once. This was years ago. 30. It had to be at least 30 years ago, because I was still working on Ada. And I literally ripped out a chunk this big because I was off by, I don't know, 7 stitches or something. But it built upon each other. And I sat there for like 4 days and unpicked a huge section. It was probably a good 5x5 section that I unpicked. Which is good that it was on Ada, because I probably would have cut my fabric had I done that. And then, you know, as I have been stitching and learning and growing and stuff, and last week I even told the same thing, that, you know, I used to have my towels folded a certain way, and if they weren't, I threw a fit in my husband and my kids. And I used to have them put in the shelf a certain way. And if they weren't, I would throw a fit in my husband and kids. And then at some point, I don't know, probably a good 20 years ago, because it was before we moved into this house, something just clicked and was like, well, who cares how they fold them? As long as they fold them and put them away. Who cares how they're folded and put away? Even to the point where a couple weeks ago, my daughter went into my bathroom and she goes, Mom, your towels are put away wrong. And I go, I know, the boys did it. She's like, that would drive me crazy. And I was like, the boys put them away. I can go in there and I can fix them if I need to, if I want to. But I'm not going to throw a fit on them for my psychopathic tendencies. You know, obviously I instilled them in my daughter. Oops. But but I'm not gonna, you know, make them, you know, do the same thing. So yeah, as long as it's done, it's okay if it's done their way and not my way. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the tricks. That's how you sign up. That's why we're doing this challenge. And then we have my dare, Donette's Double Dare. So we've done the challenges. We've done Love to Stitch, Witchy Stitchy, and we've done Love to Stitch 3 times. This will be our 3rd Witchy Stitchy. And this past summer, we had our 2nd summer stitching challenge. So yeah, I've definitely got some OCD tendencies, and my husband laughs at them. The one that I still have issues with is making a bed, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Okay, so the one thing I kept hearing was I would start the summer stitch and they'd be like, I haven't stitched since February 28th. And I'm like, or I haven't stitched since June 31st or June 30th. June only has 30 days, right? I think so, yeah. I think I made that mistake earlier this year. So I was like, I need something. I need something in the middle. Not a challenge, but a dare. So that's when I came up with Donut's Double Dare. There's nothing to sign up for. There's nothing to win. It is a personal dare for 30. Yes. So it is a personal dare from me to you that you stitch every day. That's it. Stitch. Look, I picked up my stitching. I did it. I didn't say how long you needed to stitch. I didn't say how many stitches you need to do. You get one stitch in, you win. You met the dare that day. I want you to stitch and post every day. I dare you to try. I dare you to try to stitch and post every single day. If you don't do it, okay, try it again the next day. So it's kind of a little stopgap in between challenges, you know. You do the Witchy Stitchy during October 1st through October 31st, and then on November 1st you start Donut's Double Dare, or you start Donut's Double Dare today. You start it now. When I showed you that my example, you see she's got DDD 2021. That's Donut's Double Dare 2021. And Keep Stitching is something we started earlier in the year before I came up with Donut's Double Dare to keep people stitching, to keep them stitching. I'm like, if you do post, hashtag Keep Stitching. You got back from your honeymoon. Yay! Yay! I hope you had a fabulous time. You've stitched every day since you got back. Oh, yay! I hope you didn't stitch on your honeymoon. You needed that attention time. So those are the two little stopgaps: the Donut's Double Dare and the Keep Stitching. They're what keep you stitching in between the challenges. There will be a Love to Stitch 2022, which will be amazing. I think that'll be great. That'll be in February. But in the meantime, you can do my dare. Again, there's nothing to sign up for, nothing to win. Just a personal dare for me to you, for you to try to stitch and post every single day. You can see on here, she's got day 76. So she has stitched every day for 76 days with my double dare. With the Keep Stitching, she has stitched every day for 199 days. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, it blows my mind. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. You did stitch on your honeymoon. I kind of love that. Yeah, I think we can do a Thanksgiving stitch along. I think those are fun. So the past 2 years, we've done a Thanksgiving stitch along. The first one was, what I did is I wanted you to get a small project that you could finish in 4 days. Was the idea of it. I don't know if I did I keep the same idea last year? I don't remember. But it's just a 4-day stitch along. You stitch Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you could post every day if you wanted to, which I would recommend because I love seeing your guys' posts. That's my favorite of the challenges. Well, that's my favorite of the Double Dare or anything, is I love seeing the posts, and I love going through and figuring out what is new. Oh my gosh, she got all that done today. I love doing that. Kind of like find the picture within the picture thing, find the difference. It just makes me happy. I've gone like way far over my time, but that's because I could just talk about stitching all day long and never shut up. I don't have anything together yet of the Thanksgiving stitch along. So I'll go back and look and see what I did last year and the year before, and maybe I'll change the theme up a bit this year. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions of what you want the theme for Thanksgiving to be. I'm forgetting to breathe because I'm talking so much. Just PM me and let me know. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, share. Invite all your friends to join our challenge. Challenge your friends to the challenge. Challenge them to even try it, to even do it. Yeah, share this. So like I said, we've got 325 people signed up. And we've still got 2 weeks. Today's the 14th. So we've got still 2 weeks before we start. So we could get 100 more people to sign up. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh. That'd be so amazing. So share with all your Stitchy friends, challenge them to the challenge, and let's see what happens. Okay, everyone, I will see you on Thursday. Same here, 7:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I hope you join me then. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.